It's that time of year again where NN07 restocks the Gael Jacket. And today I'm going to try and answer the question of, is this jacket really worth the £430 price tag that comes along with it? So, NN07 was a brand formed in 2007. They are based in Copenhagen. Their kind of business model, if you like, is creating icons of the future. So they often come out with these really sort of sleek, minimalist designs that are very timeless, but use really wonderful fabrics and materials to create really distinctive pieces. And I think we can see this in the Gael Jacket straight away. In 2022, the FX series The Bear came out. The main character, Carmy, Jeremy Allen White, was wearing this jacket and instantly it kind of gained a cult following, a cult status, and everybody was kind of scrambling to try and find one of these jackets. For a while in 2022, they were really rare, really sought after, but NN07 kind of realized there was a hype for this jacket and a want for this jacket, and so consistently every year since the show's release, they have restocked it kind of in autumn. But the amount of them is always very limited, so there's always a little bit of a mad dash, a mad scramble to get one. And I know that from first-hand experience because that was me this time last year trying to get one of these. So, like I said, we're going to have a look at this jacket close up, talk about its features, talk about the price tag as well, and answer that question really, that is it worth picking one of these up in the next restock that is happening this autumn. So here is the jacket on body, and straight away you can see it's a really nice fit on me. This one is the size small. Again, it's kind of the standard size I take, and it fits really nicely. It's not too slim fit, it's not too oversized. It has this kind of like nice boxy feel to it, and it is kind of like the perfect jacket to wear in that transitional season between kind of autumn and winter, because the material is nice and warm, but it's not too thick. And that boxy feel kind of makes the collar kind of sit quite high on the neck, which keeps you nice and insulated and nice and warm. So as I said before, it's quite a minimalist jacket. It's a minimalist design. There's not a massive amount going on here, but you do get a lot of nice little features with it. So on the outside of the jacket, you have these really nice deep hand warmer pockets, which you can fit loads of different things in. But the pockets themselves also have a kind of side entry here as well, so you kind of get the choice of both, which I think is a really nice feature. And again, it's not really noticeable when you look at the jacket from the outside, but it just gives it that extra bit of functionality to either keep your hands warm or keep your belongings safe as well. In addition to that, you get two inside pockets. One of them you can see is already unzipped. And again, it's a nice size, it's nice and deep. You can kind of keep your wallet in there and it's nice and safe. When you zip the jacket up, this pocket pretty much becomes invisible, which again is really nice and sleek, and you get exactly the same on the other side here as well. It's a zip closure, but you get the double zip, which again is really helpful because you can kind of zip it all the way to the front like so, but then you can unzip kind of from either side. And it just kind of allows you to sort of play around with it, I suppose, and play around with different styles and different outfits and however you might want to close this jacket. Particularly helpful if you're kind of traveling somewhere and you're sitting in a car or on a bus, that you can kind of zip up that bottom zipper a little bit just to be a little bit more comfortable as you are moving around. Lining on this jacket is just plain black. Again, there's not much going on there with the lining. There's no real need for it because the majority of the character in this jacket, I think, is obviously the fabric on the outside. What I particularly like about the fabric on the outside is that no two Gael jackets are the same. Every single one has its own kind of distinctive pattern where the fabric has fallen, where the jacket has been cut. And I really like that because it means that every single jacket is unique. None of them are truly the same. I wonder if that made things really difficult when filming The Bear, because obviously for continuity all the jackets should have looked the same, so maybe they just had one for Jeremy Allen White. I'm not too sure. Again, just quickly showing you all the way around this jacket, you can see how it has a really nice kind of boxy fit. You could probably get a fair few layers under this. I'm not really one for massively layering big like jumpers and things, but I've worn hoodies underneath this before and it fits really well. So no complaints there in regards to the sizing, the layering and the comfort of the jacket. It's all a real plus for me. In regards to what this fabric is actually made out of, the jacket is if we look at the wash label, 74% wool, 26% polyester. Now again, remember that this jacket comes with a price tag of £430. Maybe a little bit disappointing there that the jacket isn't 100% wool, but I suppose it's there in percentages on the tag, so it's up to you to decide if you still think a jacket that isn't 100% wool is still worth that price. In regards to the lining, well, it doesn't really say what the lining's made out of on the wash label, so I suppose that's guesswork. The only other piece of information that you get is that the jacket was made in Romania. In terms of its features and its looks, that's kind of everything. I'll take it off now, we'll put it back on the mannequin. Let's take a closer look at some of the distinctive parts of this jacket. Alright, so here it is. You know, it's a really, really nice jacket to look at. I think just looking at the combinations of colours that have been used on the fabric, it's really, really nice. And I think I got a nice version of this as well. You know, I mentioned before that each jacket comes with kind of like a different orientation in regards to its pattern. I like the way that mine looks, which is nice, because I've seen some of them that kind of just, the pattern just falls a bit strangely, which isn't as nice in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, you can see a little closer look at the zippers here. They are obviously YKK zippers. They're big, chunky zippers as well, which is nice because it makes the jacket feel very rigid. We can see the big pockets here as well. And again, just kind of like the hidden side flap on the side of the pockets there too. Cuff details, not much to talk about with the cuffs. There's no button closure or anything. It's just a standard cuff. We can see the collar here, like I mentioned before, it's a big chunky collar. You can see it's almost on a level with the mannequin there. Same fabric underneath. So again, not a massive deal happening there. And that's kind of the jacket close up, to be honest. Like I said, the whole deal with NN07 is minimalism. I think we get that with Jeremy Allen White's character in the bear. He's also really into his fashion, so I think it speaks to his character and also to the company NN07 that they chose this jacket for Carmy in the bear. Taking the jacket off the mannequin there, we just get the NN07 logo and the size tag in the corner. I think medium maybe tends to be the hardest one of these to come across, but if you're waiting for NN07 to restock the Gael jacket, obviously you'd be able to get it in any size that you wanted. So I suppose we come back to the question now of, is this jacket worth £430? Well, I paid it, obviously. I bought the jacket, so I guess I had to think at some point, yes, it is worth that. Would I pay that price for it again? Honestly, yes, I would. And I don't know if I'm kind of in the minority in saying that. A lot of people who I've spoken to think that it should have been a little bit cheaper. But honestly, I really love wearing this jacket. I think it's so nice, even beyond it kind of being Carmy's jacket from the bear, which is like reason enough for me to love it, because as you know, I love buying anything that's worn in TV shows that I enjoy. I still think this in itself just holds up as a really wonderful, timeless piece. I've worn this jacket out and about several times. Wore it in New York last year, went into Buck Mason, and immediately like the staff members in there recognized it and they were like, oh, that's the bear jacket, right? And I was like, yeah, and they were like, oh, it looks really nice. So I think it has the kind of cult following aspect from the bear, and also just in itself is a really lovely jacket, and combining those two things together really make it worthwhile for me. So if you're watching this video because you've seen that NN07 are restocking the jacket again and you're considering picking one up, I would advise you, yes, go for it. Get one of these jackets. You will not regret it. So that brings this video to a close. Any questions or things you think I've maybe missed, just let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to answer them. Thank you very much. Bye.